Sudan's golden deserts stretch endlessly under the burning sun, hiding secrets beneath the sand the world's most powerful nations desperately want. As the camera sweeps across vast mines, armed convoys, and bustling smuggling routes, fragments of global news flash. Foreign companies negotiating, billion-dollar deals, generals fighting for control, gold bars crossing borders at night, and intelligence reports warning of rising competition for rare minerals. A calm yet intense narration cuts through the noise. What if I told you that one of the poorest countries on Earth sits on some of the richest mineral deposits in the world, and that this hidden wealth is turning Sudan into a quiet battlefield? Why are global powers suddenly circling this unstable nation? And what exactly is buried beneath Sudan's soil that is worth fighting for? The screen fades briefly to black as tension builds, the music rising, setting the stage for a story about greed, power, and survival. Sudan may appear to the world as a nation struggling with conflict, poverty, and political chaos, but beneath its surface lies an immense treasure: gold, uranium, chromite, manganese, oil reserves, and possibly rare earth elements that fuel modern technologies. These are minerals that the world depends on, minerals that power smartphones, electric cars, satellites, and even advanced weapon systems. As global demand increases, so does the attention Sudan receives from foreign governments, multinational corporations, and powerful regional players. But this attention doesn't come as investment or development. It comes as competition, pressure, and exploitation. In this video, we're going to unpack how Sudan became a hotspot in a much larger global struggle, why its resources have drawn interest from both legitimate powers and shadowy networks, and what this means for the millions of Sudanese people caught in the middle. By the end, you'll understand why some countries are quietly targeting Sudan, how its mineral wealth has become both a blessing and a curse, and why the future of this nation matters more than the world realizes. Chapter 1. Sudan's hidden wealth, 200 words. Sudan is often described as a land of conflict and crisis, but beneath its surface lies a treasure that most people around the world barely know about. In the vast deserts, deep mountains, and remote valleys, Sudan holds enormous deposits of gold, uranium, chromite, manganese, copper, and possibly undiscovered rare earth elements, minerals that modern industries depend on. These minerals power everything from smartphones and electric vehicles to space technologies and advanced military hardware. As global shortages grow, Sudan's resources have started attracting attention, not the good kind, but the kind that comes with silent pressure, secret negotiations, and increasing interference from outside powers. Sudan's gold alone produces billions of dollars every year, yet very little reaches the hands of its citizens. Instead, smuggling networks, powerful militias, and foreign partners dominate the trade. The world sees Sudan as a weak state with unstable politics, but for many countries and corporations, that instability is an opportunity. A nation struggling for survival has become a battlefield for global interests. In this chapter, we uncover how Sudan's land-rich, untouched, and poorly regulated became the spark that ignited a silent international race for control. Chapter 2. Why these minerals matter. 200 words. To understand why the world is suddenly focusing on Sudan, you must understand the value of the minerals beneath it. Gold serves as a global financial stabilizer, a way for countries to protect reserves during crisis. But Sudan also holds uranium, one of the most sensitive minerals on the planet. Uranium is directly linked to nuclear energy and, in wrong hands, nuclear weapons. This instantly makes Sudan strategically important. Then there are chromite and manganese, key materials for steel production, manufacturing, and heavy industry. From construction to aviation, these minerals are essential to world economies. And perhaps most concerning, Sudan may possess rare earth elements, the hidden backbone of modern life. These are the elements that create smartphone chips, electric car batteries, guided missiles, radar systems, and renewable energy technologies. They are extremely difficult to mine and refine, and only a few countries control the global supply. If Sudan's rare earth potential proves true, it could shift the balance of power in modern tech industries. That possibility alone is enough for global actors to pay very close attention. In short, Sudan's minerals are not just valuable, they are strategic, powerful, and essential for the future of global technology. Chapter 3. The History Behind the Competition. 200 words. Sudan's struggles didn't begin recently. The fight for resources has shaped its history for decades. During the colonial era, European powers viewed Sudan not as a nation, but as a reservoir of untapped resources. Infrastructure and borders were designed around extraction. After independence, Sudan faced internal divisions and civil wars that further weakened control over mineral-rich regions. These areas, Darfur, South Kordofan, Blue Nile, became conflict zones, not only because of ethnic tensions, but also because of the minerals buried beneath the land. Rebel groups, militia leaders, and government forces all saw natural resources as a way to finance their operations. When the government weakened, foreign actors stepped in quietly, offering weapons, money, or political support in exchange for access. Gold mines became currency in a power struggle involving generals, warlords, and outside countries. This chaotic history is what created the perfect environment for exploitation. Sudan's mineral wealth has always been a prize, but instability has made it incredibly easy for outsiders to step in. The historical pattern is clear. Whenever Sudan becomes unstable, someone profits. And almost always, it's the ones holding the minerals, not the people living on the land. Chapter 4. Who wants Sudan's minerals? 200 words. Sudan's minerals have drawn a long list of interested players, each with different motives. Neighboring countries are deeply involved, especially in gold smuggling routes that pass through borders unnoticed. These countries benefit from cheap, unregulated minerals, often transported illegally through desert paths. Then there are the global powers, the United States, China, Russia, and several Gulf nations. Each has its own agenda. China is interested in rare minerals and infrastructure influence. Russia has been linked to gold deals and private military groups seeking strategic footholds. Gulf nations see Sudan as a supplier of gold and agricultural land. Meanwhile, multinational corporations quietly negotiate mining contracts, taking advantage of weak regulations and low-cost extraction opportunities. Behind the scenes, militias and armed groups operate their own networks. They control mines, smuggle gold, and use mineral wealth to buy weapons. These groups operate like shadow governments, making deals with foreign partners in exchange for protection or financing. This complex web of actors shows that Sudan is not just another country with resources, it's a strategic target where global interests collide. Everyone wants a piece of the mineral pie, and nobody wants to let the others get ahead. Chapter 5. How instability makes Sudan a target. 200 words. Sudan's political instability is one of the main reasons foreign powers find it easy to step in. In a functioning, stable nation, minerals would be regulated, taxed, and protected. But Sudan has spent years dealing with coups, protests, economic collapse, and competing military factions. This creates a power vacuum. When no one is fully in charge, everyone tries to take control. Foreign companies and countries exploit this by offering deals that sound helpful, but are heavily one-sided. They may promise investment, equipment, or political support in exchange for long-term mining rights. Armed groups and militias also take advantage. With the government distracted by conflict, they continue mining operations and smuggling minerals across borders. Corruption makes everything easier. Officials needing money or political backing accept deals that give foreign entities huge advantages. Environmental regulations are ignored, safety standards are non-existent, and mining rights are handed out with little oversight. Poverty adds another layer. When the economy collapses, selling minerals becomes one of the only sources of income, even if the profit goes to the wrong people. Sudan's instability is not just a local issue. It is the key reason the country has become a target in global competition. While foreign governments and corporations benefit, the people of Sudan pay the price. Mining regions often become zones of tension where civilians are caught between armed groups, powerful businessmen, and foreign buyers. Many communities are forced to leave their homes as new mining sites open. Those who stay face polluted water, damaged farmland, and dangerous working conditions. Children and young men are often pulled into unregulated mining operations, where fatal accidents are common. Entire villages depend on mining for survival, yet they see almost none of the profit. Instead, most of the money flows into the hands of warlords, elites, and foreign buyers. Conflict becomes self-sustaining. Minerals provide money for weapons. Weapons create more violence, and violence allows foreign extraction to continue unchecked. Hospitals lack resources, schools disappear, and people survive day to day while billions worth of minerals leave the country. Sudanese citizens watch their natural wealth leave in trucks, planes, and smuggling convoys, knowing they may never benefit from it. The real tragedy is that minerals meant to uplift a nation have instead fueled cycles of fear, loss, and displacement. This chapter shows the heartbreaking side of Sudan's mineral story, the side rarely shown in the headlines. Sudan's mineral wealth has turned the country into a silent battleground for international influence. The competition isn't always open. Much of it happens through economic pressure, secret contracts, political deals, and covert support for certain factions. Global powers know that controlling mineral routes means controlling future technology and industry. China invests in infrastructure to gain access to resources. Russia uses private military companies to secure gold mines. Western nations apply diplomatic pressure or offer aid programs that come with strategic expectations. Meanwhile, Gulf states build alliances with local leaders to secure long-term resource deals. Each player wants influence without sparking international backlash, so most actions happen quietly. These external forces don't just compete for minerals, they compete for political influence inside Sudan. They support leaders or factions that can guarantee access to mining zones. This external interference often destabilizes the country even more. Sudan becomes a chessboard where powerful nations move pieces in the shadows, pushing their own interests forward while Sudanese citizens struggle for basic necessities. The global competition is fierce, and as long as Sudan holds valuable minerals, the pressure will continue. Sudan's mineral wealth could either destroy the nation or rebuild it, but the direction depends entirely on who gains control. If the current trend continues, smuggling, foreign exploitation, and internal conflict, the minerals will remain a curse. Sudan will stay trapped in poverty while outsiders grow richer. But if stability is restored, Sudan has the potential to become a major economic force in Africa. With transparent mining laws, strong institutions, and fair contracts, the country could use its minerals to build roads, schools, hospitals, and industries. Gold revenues alone could transform the economy. Rare earth elements could give Sudan a strategic position in global technology markets. The key is governance. Sudan must gain control over its own land, regulate mining properly, and ensure wealth reaches its people. International watchdogs and fair partnerships could help, but only if Sudan negotiates from a position of strength. The question is whether Sudan can escape the cycle.